So you need to plan your course. And you set the sails to Jamaica, but at the end of the day, you may want to check again where Jamaica is, and you want to see if you're still on course. So are you in the right direction? And if not, what can you do to adjust that? But let's imagine what may happen while you're sailing to Jamaica. You may, let's say, what would happen if you're caught on a storm? You may have clouds, or you cannot see the stars, or you cannot see the sun, and something may happen to your boat, maybe sinking. And you have all these urgent things around you that keep you away from the navigation. And you have to deal with the storm at some point, and you have to ask yourself where you are now and how are you going to go to Jamaica. So where is your Jamaica? So this is the point that where you would need to, when you have a storm, you need to adjust your course. And the Jamaica is a good metaphor for life. It represents your long-term goals, as you also could see in the video that I shared earlier. But, and we see, like, when you want to navigate or you want to embark yourself on a long journey, you have the final destination in your mind, but it's not always a straight line. It's always, you may experience storms, and the storms can represent all the urgent demands coming from your bosses, the clients, the customer, all the things that keep you occupied or distracted from achieving your long-term goal. And I feel like someone mentioned that they may someone just moved to Switzerland. So the storm can be the culture challenges that you may experience, like moving or transitioning from a new job to another one, or being or searching for a job in the pandemic. So you may experience different storms, or like, yeah, having some health problems. And as a captain of your own boat, you need to measure and design your trajectory. You need to find out your own way. So now I would like to ask you, how are you feeling about being the captain of your own boat? And how do you resonate with the navigation metaphor? If someone would like to share, or unmute yourself and talk to us, or write in the chat. How are you feeling about being the captain of your boat?
Hi, Adelina. I'll say something because it's perfect for me, because I'm a great example for this. I'm Dominique, and I just moved to Zurich from Toronto, Canada. This is my first week here, and I'm kind of navigating my way through my new life, trying to figure everything out. And I think it's great. I'm taking my life in my own hands and doing what I want to do. But I'm very fortunate because I have the support of Adelina, and also the support of my family back home in Canada, and the support of my husband here. So I wouldn't be able to do it without all those people.
Great, thank you so much, Dominique. Dominique, yeah, is one of my coaches, and she just moved to Switzerland, and we are working on navigating the culture challenges together, and give her some insights so that she can do more of what really matters. Thank you so much for sharing. Someone says in the chat that sometimes it's just one low wave that knocks off your course, but other times there is a big storm. Indeed. Lynn, would you like to share? How are you going to navigate through that big storm?
Good question. I guess just take it one wave at a time and hope for the best. I guess sometimes as well, after the storm, you might find that you're not heading where you thought you were going, but maybe you need to reassess what your final destination needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So then you need to ask yourself if you still care about Jamaica when the storm is not so strong anymore and the sun comes up. Perfect. Thank you so much for your insight. So in order to get things done, basically, as you're sailing through life, if you want to accomplish things that matter to you, there are 3 steps that you need to take care of. you need to do the work. Yeah, that's something unavoidable. And then you need to set priorities and decide what are you going to do now, what are you going to do later, and by implication, decide what matters. And finally, questioning. So understand the deeper motivation and the deeper reasons. So why are you going to take that step and do the things? Scott says that he used to have a poster on his desk that doesn't matter what destination port you're heading for, as long as you head to one, both are safe in harbors, but they are not built for. So pick any port. That's great. Amazing. And Adriana says that we want that poster. Indeed. If you could share a picture with us, yeah, it would be very nice. Finding out where you want to go might be the most difficult step, but you also need to make sure to enjoy the ride. So carpe diem, seize the moment, be present. It was 25 years ago. Great. So going back to the personal agility system, I would briefly show you the framework before I invited Adriana to share her story. Now, what really matters is the basic concept of personal agility, and represents the deeper why and who's of your life or project. So why should you do something? Normally because it supports you or someone or something that really matters to you. And what you do is a reflection of who you are. And if what really matters represents what you want to become, what you did is a reflection of who you were. And what is your target destination? When we have so many things to do, we always need to pick up the most important ones. So that was about what really matters. And then you can choose what are you going to do this week. What is something that you choose or you could do this week, and differentiate yours between what is important and what's urgent. So of all the things that you have to do or you choose to do, what can you expect to get done at the end of the day or at the end of the week? And that's your choice. And what makes you happy? That's something that we always forget. It happened to me as well. Like, yeah, we have the to-do list, or we have the things that, or all the challenges or all the requests from the customers, from the family, from our important others. But then at the end of the day, all those things, what are things that makes you happy? And among those things that need to be done, what do you want to do this week? And who can help? The sixth question of personal agility. What can help you get unblocked? Or what are you afraid of? What would be the worst scenario that may happen? And what would be the best scenario that could happen? So staying positive is also so important. Differentiating between important and urgent, that's also very, very important, because if something is important, and you do that, that means that something desirable will happen. But there is no immediate deadline or consequence if it's not completed. Let's say if you want to write a book by the end of the year, that's a very nice goal. But nothing bad will happen if you don't write a chapter this week. If you never write the book, then you won't have the benefit of having a book published at the end of the year. On the other hand, urgent things that are things that if you don't do it soon, something undesirable or something bad may happen. So let's say if you have a deadline for, if you're a student and you have a deadline for your master dissertation, you miss that, then you may not be able to complete your studies. Or if you have a deadline to pay a bill and you don't pay it on time, then you'll most probably get a penalty. And that's the difference between urgent and important things. And personal agility recommends asking yourself these questions at least once per week and using a priorities map to visualize your priorities and activities in process. You also see here celebrate and choose, which is a activity where you celebrate what you have done at the end of the week or at the end of the day from all the things that you have chosen for yourself to do. What is one thing that really made you happy? What is one thing that you feel that made your day? And choose means from with having that visualization of what you have done and little celebrations. What are you going to choose for yourself to do next? Can be something for your long-term goals, or can be something that you want to do immediately. What is the first thing that you want to do the next day, or what are your plans for the weekend? That weekend is coming, or next week. And I mentioned briefly about the priorities map, which is a basic tool of personal agility. And the first column, you see, it's the basic question of what really matters. You see that what really matters, and the number 3 is listed there, which means that there are 3 important things in your life that matter. And the most important one would come on top. Here in this example, we see me and my family. Then you see business, and then you see like promote personal agility or something else, or conferences. So the first column is about what really matters, and those things don't change very often. The what really matters may change if you have, let's say, an important change in your life, if you're moving to another country, or if you're moving alone, or if something changes in your family, or if you have a baby, or I don't know, or if you change jobs. But normally it doesn't change very often. And then the possibilities, the second column shows that from a lot of things that we can do, what are you choosing to do? So what are the possibilities that you'd like to create for yourself in the next period? And then you have the urgent things that you cannot control, like the bills or any other important requests from the people around you. And then you have this week. So from the possibilities column, that all the post-its that you see there, or the cards, then you would choose what are you going to focus on this week. So what are you going to choose to get done at the end of the week, and why this is important for you? And then from this week, you're going to choose the cards that you are going to focus on today. And if you get distracted, what is one thing that you want to accomplish at the end of the day? That's why where you see today, there is in brackets 1. This means that the most important thing for today is on top. Like if I look at my priorities map, the most important thing for me today is our session. And then there are several other things that I have to do, or that I choose to do today, but that would come later. And then you see in the breadcrumb trail, the done column, which shows you what you have accomplished this week and what you need to get done, what you will get done based on that. And the breadcrumb trail tells you what you have done and which goals you have accomplished. So it's a collection of things that you have achieved weekly. And after the done column, I think here you cannot see because of that post-it there, but it's done column week 1. So then every time you have done column week 2 or week 3 or week 4, and you can reflect on the things that you have accomplished weekly. And I hear very often from my clients that they normally use to-do lists. That's something that I used in the past as well. But the difference between the priorities map and the to-do list is, first of all, the colors. With the priorities map and with personal agility, you can choose different colors to represent the important categories in your life. Let's say green would be for your work, yellow would be for your business, or any other colors that you choose. But then with the to-do list, you only use one pen with one color, and you cannot see the difference. And then what typically happens with the to-do list at the end of the day is that we normally tend to throw them away. So we don't have this breadcrumb trail. We don't have the done things. You cannot see, you cannot reflect on, let's say, at the end of the year, what are the things that you celebrated in March or June, or what are some things that make you happy? And after you have celebrated all the things you got this week, then you rename the done column with the date, like week 1 or week, you can add the number there. And then you have a new column we've done for the current week. And with personal agility, you can recognize patterns in what you have done, and you can track, let's say, you can see how many green cards or how many yellow cards. Based on the colors, you can see how many colors you have. So that, and you can compare it with the what really matters. So let's say if you say that me and the family is the first thing that matters, and that's the most important thing, and this is with green, and at the end of the day, you see that you have only one green card. That means that you focus on other things. Maybe you worked too much and you didn't focus on the business, or you didn't focus on family as much as you said that it matters to you. So is this is an indication for you that maybe you are off course, or maybe you need to change something, or you couldn't make, even if you couldn't change something for that week, then you have the possibility to choose something else for the following week. Then, if you allow me, I would briefly share my story, and then I will invite Adriana to share more about her story, because it's even more exciting. So as I said at the beginning, I'm half Greek, half Romanian, and I moved to Switzerland in 2015 to join my partner. And I relocated from Greece, where I had a full-time job, and I was working on my coaching business side. And I moved to Switzerland, a new culture, which is known for its rules, fines, and which is totally different from Greece. I think Dominique can also see already some of the differences since he just moved. And then I learned about personal agility system with my trainer, who is one ambassador, Liviu. I learned about personal agility when my husband was out of work due to a burnout. He was searching for a job, and my daughter was just a few months old. So I felt that I would like to try personal agility to help me better organize my work and achieve and maintain a balance between work and personal life. But as we saw earlier, I first needed to define what really matters, the basic of personal agility. And I needed to define my own way of, and to identify my own definition of the right direction and how I could reach Jamaica. And I felt, apart from feeling responsible, as you can read here, from supporting my family and supporting my husband to find a new job, because I knew the challenges of my coaches going through the job search and looking for a job in Switzerland. I was feeling that I was in a complete chaos. I didn't know how to prioritize because everything seemed very important. And I could relate a lot to the picture that I showed you at the beginning, that I couldn't say no. Like if anyone would ask something for myself, I would just say yes. And then at the end of the day, I would see that I would feel that I haven't accomplished anything important because I was just responding to all the things that happened around me. And my desire was to get out of that survival mode, to live life at a sustainable pace and spend more quality time with my little daughter, and at the same time work on my business and serve my clients, which is something that I love as well. So I needed to reset my priorities and refocus on my career goals, and without feeling depressed or feeling guilty or neglectful of the people around me. And what really matters was actually the key question that helped me find my own way of defining how I would like to spend my time and what I care most about. So basically, at the end of the day, when everything seems important, what really matters, or what are the things that make you happy, and what can you celebrate? And then I felt, after using personal agility for my to better organize myself, I felt more in charge of my boat, and I saw the need of supporting other people around me, mainly my coaches. And that's how I started introducing personal agility to them. Who, as I said at the beginning, I work mainly with expats. Many of them were laid off during the pandemic, or they were moving from changing countries, moving from a culture to another to accompany the working partner, or they're more professionals who, with the pandemic and with all the home office situation, needed to adjust and deal with those interruptions from the family, from the kids, and better organize their work. And that was the next level for me of using personal agility by helping others in doing more things that matter and achieving and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. And for that, I would like to invite Adriana, who is it's one of my amazing coaches, to share her story about using personal agility system and her perception of balance. So I'm very honored to have her here today, and she's also very happy to share with us her story. And you can also ask her any questions.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Adelina. For me, it was really from the start. I told you, yes, of course, I want to share with people, because the main thing is to, if you love people, share with others the mistake you've done so that they don't do them. So, or if they do them, at least they know what to expect. I am a single mom of an 8-year-old. I raised him by myself. So from the start, I was a working mom. I was a full-time employee, and because I really love what I do, I work in HR, and this is the first thing I say about myself, that I'm a people person. I never say no to anything. So for me, everything is, yes, I can do it. Absolutely. Give it to me. Yes, I can help you. Don't worry, I will do it for you. So at the end of the day, I was really with such a low level of energy for myself, but I was always very happy, because I could see that my son was happy, people at work were pleased with me, my colleagues were, oh yes, Adri, she's the answer, she can do it. But it was a chaos, it was a madness, because in the end, you can't even if even physically. So I started to think that, gosh, I need to put a line somewhere. I need to cut from such now. We started talking about these things as well. Sometimes like friends start talking about different things, and then you reach out. She was telling me about the system, and I didn't understood it exactly at the beginning. And I said, can you show it to me? Because I'm a very visual person. So for me, you can explain to me the simplest thing 10 times. I might not understand it, but if you show it to me in 2 seconds, oh yes, easy. So she showed me the board. She showed me the board with all the priorities and the nice labels with what really mattered. And for me it was, aha, so this is it. And actually it took me a couple of minutes to understand how to organize the chaos in my mind and to put it on label and on. It was even better because as I said, I am very visual, and life is predictable. I do you something very, very personal. Even at this moment, I was telling to Adelina a couple of moments ago, and in the next room to me, I'm still with my ear to hear. I have my grandfather. He's 84, and he's dying any moment now, like literally any moment. In the meantime that you were sending messages, I went to the other room to see how he is. And this might seem a craziness for someone to say, oh my God, she has this situation and she's participating to this session. It is, and it's not. It's about choosing what you do, also what you like to do. And this session is part of things that I like to do. It was somewhere put there on my board a long time ago when I taught Adelina. And I realized it a while ago that it's so important to have an order in your mind, and personal agility system helps you to really see everything that you do, because at the end of the day you might say, or at the end of the week, well, it's not that each of you do so much, even if you don't realize. What this personal agility system helps you is not only organizing yourself better, because I'm a post-it person, so I put post-its everywhere. Those fly away. I don't know, they go under the fridge, they go under the desk, and I lose them. So in my mind, it's lost. I did that, I didn't, oh, should I do that? But with the system, you see exactly what you've done, what you still have to do, and you can put there also something for yourself. So the main thing that helped me with personal agility system is that I managed to focus on 4 or 5 main things of what really matters. I've labeled them. So now in my mind is very clear. It's my son and it's work and family in general. And it might be a bit of self-care for me. I don't know, a nice facial mask or a nice manicure when I get time. But it should be there. It should be a mix of everything. Every day would be the best. But if not every day, at least try to have components from each of these on your life. And if you're like me, the type of person that you want to do a lot, you want to do everything now, on top of it, you have people coming from outside saying, oh, can you please help me? Yes, although you know already you don't have time, you don't have energy, I'm telling you how amazing can help you. And the great thing about it is that it's not something fixed, so you can modify it based on your needs as well. This is what I was saying in the chat, that for me agile is flexibility with deadlines. So I know I have the deadlines are there, but it gives me the flexibility to manage them somehow, to manage them so that I can still close my projects, I can still do what really matters, I can still take care of my family, but I also do what I have to do. And in the end, Adelina was mentioning the amazing part of choose a celebration, choose something to celebrate yourself, to celebrate what you think you've done well in that week, something that uplifted you and gave you a lot of energy. My choice is always, whatever I do, my choice is always to celebrate with my son Sundays at the movies. So no matter what, you all do something great. It doesn't have to be the most amazing project ever seen or the most amazing event ever created, but definitely there is something that you every day and every week and every month you do that is amazing. So I think this, for the people that have are like me, very visual, very creative, but somehow they don't know where to put the lines. This system, if you take a bit of time and have a deeper look at it, you will see how it will change your life, because it's a bit of a work from your side as well at the beginning, but definitely at some point it will be in your blood. It will run by itself. It will run by itself, and it will give you that I'm not saying that things will get done by themselves. I have the same full life. I have the same full job that I love. I have the same madness, but it's better organized now. It is better organized, and at the end of the day, it gives me a bit of, whew, I've done it. I've managed this day as well. So it's never late for anything. It's never too, nothing is too complicated, but it can be a chaos even in the most simple things if you don't try to understand them better and to see how they work for yourself. I can tell you how it worked for me. I told you now in this couple of minutes, but that doesn't seem it will work the same for you. You have to be agile on it, flexible on it, and somehow put it works better for you. The frame, of course, is the same for everybody, but how you work with it, what you do with it, that is really the what will be the greatest achievement for you. So I'm really happy to connect with whoever has any questions. If you want, I am also on LinkedIn. If you want to have more details or have more questions, I am always happy to connect with you. But I am very honest, and I am telling you, I cannot show you now. Otherwise, I would have shared my board with you to show you how it looks. But my things that really matter for me are my son and my family and my work, because I love it, and a bit of self-care when it's possible. So I think this is the best advice that I can give you guys, to have a look into it. Do not take this for granted as a standard framework that just goes as any other templates. It is sort of a template, the whole personal agility system, but it works very it's very flexible, so you can fold it on however you like and however it's best. So this is what I wanted to tell you all. Thank you very much. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions, I'm here to help you if I can.
Thank you so much, Adri. I know how difficult it is for you, and we are so grateful and blessed to have you here in this moment with us. I put in the chat the link to your story, and Adriana shared with us her story within personal agility.
Oh yes,
but she
yes, I didn't have it in front of me. I started with my son as well, but as you can see, for my son, he's an 8-year-old. He has only 2-3 things that for now or for him the most important things, but he has their homework and kickbox and this kind of things. But this is what I was telling to you guys, that it's so flexible. You can really manage it so well, even with your children, with your family. It is the professional standard way mixed with your own flexibility, with your own creativity. So
thank you so much, Adri. If anyone has any questions, we may take we are very happy to take them now. Otherwise, as Adriana said, you can always connect with us later. I put in the chat her story as well, how I get to know her and how she could prioritize. As she says, she still has the busy life. I know that she's always committed to helping everyone. And like when I asked her, could you like to Pim, our guest speaker today, she immediately said yes, and I just realized a couple of days ago, like, about her situation, and it's amazing. I don't know how she managed to be here today, and yeah. So personal agility, just to wrap up the session, it's a system that invites you to feel good about what you're doing, no matter what you choose to do. And you, in a nutshell, you set time for yourself. You meet with your coach or with your celebration buddy or with your friend, your spouse, and you celebrate what you have done at the end of the week, what you have accomplished, even if it's something different from what you have planned. So you discuss what's important, what is urgent, and what you want to accomplish. You decide what order you want to take the things on, and you visualize your goals and tasks with the priorities map. And even if you achieve something else, or if you're off course, you should still congratulate yourself and give yourself a pat on the back, because you've been aware of that drifting off, and you could still navigate towards Jamaica after the storm. So the essence of personal agility in 5 words: it gives you purpose. It's to align what you do with what really matters. You can celebrate what you have done, and even if it was different from what you planned or intended. You choose how to spend your time, because every one of us most probably have so much things to do, but you choose the things that matter first. Emergence: ask questions and really listen to the answers, because together with others, we can become something bigger and agile. And kindness: that's my last thing that I would like to share with you. Be kind to yourself, and just know that you're doing the best you can given the situation at hand. Now, I said at the beginning a little bit about the book of personal agility and benefits that other people have been reporting, like from changing or improving health, fewer emergencies, being able to say yes to the right things and no to the things that don't serve you, set and achieve long-term goals. I've been using with many people who are searching for a job, so that they could get clarity on what really matters, and also how to prepare for the job interviews by having that clarity on knowing what's really important to them in that job. Then a little exercise for you at home, if you would like to, if you find our session useful, I would like to invite you to set your priorities map. So you can do it with paper, or you can do it with Trello. I will share with you the template, which you can copy and create your own priorities map, and then reserve 1 hour at the end of the week to celebrate and choose what you want to do next. And I would be very happy to connect with you if you want to share with us the results about how you're going to structure your what really matters and create your priorities map. I'm very happy to offer you an individual session to discuss more. I would put in the chat the gifts for you, like how you can connect and get connect me to schedule our session, and or connect with Adriana if you have any questions, and also where you can download the book. I also included in the document that I put it in the chat, the evaluation. So your feedback is very much appreciated, and that's the only way I can improve and serve you better in the future. And for that, I know that there is another session coming on as part of the Agile Festival. So I know that some of you may join that as well with Frederick. And if you don't have any other questions, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here today, to thank you, Adriana, for sharing her story and for making this possible. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Have a great day and a lovely weekend. Thank you so much.